Hi guys, welcome to another video. I have bought quite a lot of bags this year and it's halfway through the year and I thought we needed a roundup. So I have 7 bags, 7 bags that I want to talk to you about. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to actually rate each one of them out of 10 and we'll see how well I've done, and also find out which one isn't here. And also I've just been to Milan. So I'm going to update you on what I might have bought in Milan. So let's get going. So I'm going to do this in order of purchase and I hope that I get this in the right order. The first one I bought in 2024 was this absolute beauty. And I'm saying absolute beauty because, spoiler alert, I love it. This is just beautiful. This is the Speedy in the multicolour, obviously with the black. And I bought this for an absolute bargain and I got it pre-loved. And I got it pre-loved because you cannot buy these new from store anymore because it's from about 20 years ago. And I do think this bag was actually from, yeah, I think it was from 2004, which means it is 20 years old, which is fabulous. What do I think of it? I think it's a fabulous bag. I love it. I am so glad I've got my hands on it. What would I rate it out of 10? Well, I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10. And the reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because it is heavy. Just holding it up now, it's like I'm doing some strength training. Honestly, it's heavy. The thick leather, the hardware on it, just the size of the bag, I assume. But it's a lot heavier than, this is a size 30. It's a lot heavier than if you just bought a Speedy 30 in monogram canvas, for example. This is a lot heavier. So yes, it's just heavy. And the other reason why this doesn't get a 10 out of 10 is because it doesn't have a shoulder strap. Doesn't have, yeah, it is just literally a hand carry bag. And I did buy a treated vachetta strap from, I just got this from Amazon, and it came in three pieces. 2 are already attached and there's a third one, and you can make it into a shoulder bag or crossbody, and it sort of matches. It's not too bad, but you have to put it onto the D-rings diagonally across here like this. There's no D-rings on the sides because it isn't a shoulder bag, so it's fine. It works, but it loses 2 points just because of that, because I do like the option of a shoulder strap, especially for a bag like this when you're travelling, for example. So, but I love it. I'm so glad I got it. Value for money was unbelievably fabulous. I think I paid about £600 for this, and I just think, yeah, brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. So the second bag that I bought in 2024 was this absolute beauty. This is the Dior in the medium size, obviously from Dior. It's in the colour mulberry, and it is just one of the most beautiful bags that I have for absolute sure. Just before I talk about, spoiler alert, I love it. But before we talk about that, I just want to mention the Dior scandal, the news that is going on. I've just been on holiday and this all broke while I was away, and I have not had chance to see any of the full research. I've only seen headlines and I've seen TikToks and also different things going on, but I personally do not know the full details. I've been told that it isn't direct employees of Dior. Does that mean they don't have a duty of care of their subcontractors? I think it needs to be left to the investigation to find out more, and once I know more I can have an opinion on it. And so at this point in time I can't, but what I will say is that I'm not going to stop using my bags. I bought these in good faith and I love the brand and I love the bags, and I've only ever had amazing experience with Dior, with the people who work there, the sales associates that have worked with me. They're fabulous people. So that's how I look at it. We will see what happens, won't we? But anyway, I love this bag, and how I would rate this out of 10, well, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. I think it is beautiful. I do wish it had feet on the bottom because it doesn't stand up very well on its own. It does wobble a little bit, which is not the end of the world, is it? And also, it's not massively practical for lots and lots of different things, so I need to find an occasion to go and use this. So I think just for its full functionality and versatility and everything else, it maybe loses 1 point, but I'd probably give it a solid 9 out of 10. Solid. Okay, the next 2 bags that I bought, I actually bought at the same time, which is very, very unusual for me. It's not usual for me to buy more than 1 bag at a time. It really, really isn't. But I was in London and yeah, I bought these at the same weekend. But technically this was the next one that I bought, and it's the Goyard Artois. It's in the size, which is the biggest size that they do that isn't in the travel section, I understand. This, I believe, is probably somewhere in between the GM and the never full sizes. It's not quite as big as the GM. It's fabulous. I absolutely love this. We have just been to Lake Como and to Milan, and I took this as my travel bag, and it was fabulous on the plane. You can zip it up. I've got an organizer in there from Handbag Angels. It's just made it easy. It's just brilliant. The fact that it's got the reinforced corners, yeah, it's just been brilliant. It stands up, it's sturdy. I didn't think I was going to like that, but I do. And actually, on the day we went to Milan, I took this as my day bag because it was very rainy. We had a lot of rain. We had a lot of rain on our holiday, which was slightly disappointing, but we had an amazing time. And I just thought this is a perfect rainy day bag. So yeah, I took it. Now it's had its first scratch. Let me just find it. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's had its first scratch. Can you see that? Hopefully that's coming up just on this corner here. And that is the only mark on everything. And this has been shoved all over the place, honestly, under the seat and in the plane and everything else. And how did it get its first scratch? Well, myself, my husband and my daughter were walking down the street in Milan on said day, and this lady sort of pushed past my daughter and nearly knocked her off her feet, to be honest, and she came ploughing into me and I ended up in the wall. And yeah, this was on my shoulder, and yeah, this got scraped along the wall, and yeah, it came out. Where are we? It came out with a little scratch, a little wall wound. So I was not best pleased, but on the other hand, it's now had its first scratch and I can stop worrying about it. I can stop worrying about it, and all is good. All is good. And then the second bag. Oh, sorry. Forgot to say, it's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. 10 out of 10. There you are. The second bag that I bought at the same time as the Goyard was this absolutely gorgeous bag. So obviously this is the Louis Vuitton Capucines BB. I've been wanting a Capucines BB for so long. If you've seen any of my old videos, you will see that years and years ago I used to have a Capucines in the... It was called the PM when I bought it, but then they changed the sizing, so it became the size. So it was the bigger one than this, and it was just too big. I bought the wrong size, I bought the wrong colour, everything was just wrong. Anyway, I ended up selling that one. And this one, I've been waiting for the right Capucines BB to come out. And this has got to the flower crown, and it has the mother of pearl, and it is just the most stunning bag. And I have said a few times, this is sort of like me in a bag, because it's classic, but it's got a little bit of a twist to it. It's got a little bit of edge to it. It's not just the plain and simple leather version. It's just got something a little bit different about it. So I absolutely adore this bag. I've only used it, I think I've used it twice, but I think that's just because I've been trying to rotate my bags, and I need to find more places to go that I can use these beautiful bags. And I think that's the problem at the moment. I'm at the gym or I'm filming at home. So that is it really. I'm not doing anything particularly exciting. And this wasn't one that I was going to take away with me to Lake Como. I just didn't think it was the holiday bag that I needed. So yeah, I still think it's beautiful. I just think it's stunning. It's actually my daughter's, both my daughters' favourite bag of my whole collection. So they're both going to be fighting over this one. So we will see who wins out. Or I probably won't see who wins out, will I? Anyway, how many out of 10 would I give this? I'd probably give it a 10, honestly. Even though I haven't used it a whole load, I just think it's a classic piece that I will have forever. I can't imagine not ever wanting to have this bag. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So it's a 10. Okay, next came not long after not long after that trip to London, because whilst I was in London I went to see Bagista, and I'd done quite a few little selling with them, and yeah, I just thought I'll go and meet them, and they were absolutely wonderful and fabulous. And while I was in there I saw this. This is my absolutely beautiful Chanel mini rectangle in caviar. Now I've been looking for a caviar mini for a long time, but not seriously looking. I've been in the back of my mind knowing that I would really like one, but being a little bit scared of the pre-love market and all of that. And when I tried this on, I could try it on in the store, and it just, honestly, I'd already bought both of them. I think I'd already bought both of them when I tried this on, so there was no way I was buying this. It was just an absolute no. But of course it stayed in my mind, and I spoke to Bagista when I got home and over the next few weeks, and yeah, it hadn't sold, so it definitely had my name on it. And I did a little bit of a swap. I did a part X with my Red Lady Dior, and therefore I didn't have to pay very much money in order to get this, and for me that was an absolute no-brainer deal. So how many out of 10? Well, it's a 10. I think for the price I got it for the colour, it's a neutral, but it's a little bit different. It's not the normal black or navy or a boring shade. It's a beautiful sort of, I call it like a petrol colour, or maybe a dark teal. That's what I would call it. In real life it looks slightly lighter and brighter on screen because of my lights, but it is an absolute beautiful bag, and I've used this loads. This is so easy to take. I took this, spoiler alert, I took this to Lake Como because this was a fabulous day bag, and it was also a fabulous evening bag. Goes with everything. A 10, absolute 10. Okay, the next bag I bought I do not have, and if any of you can remember, put it in the comments below. Which one is it? Which one do I not have that I did buy? So it's the college bag in the, what was it called? Storm colour, in the grey colour. I just had a disaster with that bag. However, it all ended very well, because one of my gorgeous subbies reached out and she wanted that bag. She absolutely wanted that bag, and she was fully aware of the super strength magnet that was on it, that took some strength training to get the thing open. And yeah, from what I understood, she was taking that to the Euro, so I hope that she did take it, and I hope it was a great bag and no pickpockets could get near it. So she's loving it. So it all was fabulous in the end. I sold it to her for what I paid for it because I didn't want to make any money on it. It was a fabulous deal, so she was very grateful. I was grateful to her for taking it off my hands, and I didn't lose any money on it. And yeah, all's well that ends well. But yeah, it wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. I'm not going to give it a 0 out of 10, but yeah, no. No, it's not for me. Okay guys, we're down to the final bag, but before we talk about the final bag, did I buy anything in Milan? I am in one of the fashion capitals of the world. Oh, I can get tax refund, it's all fabulous, it's the home of Prada, did I buy anything? No, not a thing, and there's a couple of reasons for that, really. The main reason, well, there's two main reasons. The first reason is I was on holiday. I was on a holiday with my family. We weren't shopping. It wasn't a shopping trip. We were there at Lake Como to relax and have an amazing time, and we did. And we went to Milan for one of the days. It was an hour drive to then get a train, which was less than an hour I think from there. So you know, it was doable to go back and see Milan for the day. And by the time we'd had food, we'd probably had a good couple of hours of shopping. And I just wasn't in the mood for it, to be fair. I didn't want to drag my family around. They're not particularly interested. They would have gone and sat in a coffee shop or gone and looked at something else. But I didn't want to do that. I can do that in London. I can do that hopefully when we get to New York, which is another reason. But yeah, for me, I just didn't want to. I just wasn't in the mood for trailing around all the shops. Second reason is that I'm going to New York very soon. And I did think I'm not going to spend in Milan, because any money that I spend in Milan is money taken away from what I can spend in New York. And we want to have a really nice time in New York, as in just eating out some nice places. Yeah, I don't want to be watching the pennies over in New York, put it that way. So yeah, I decided I wasn't going to buy anything in Milan. Sad times. Anyway, so yeah, the most recent purchase of 2024 is this one. I don't even need to say anything. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10, and it is not functional. You can't, it's awkward. It's awkward to get in. You can't fit much in it. It's very evening event. It's not a day bag. So all the other rules go out the window with this, because I just love it. And I find it very interesting how if we just love something, we forgive it all its failings, if you like, and we just say, oh, I don't mind that because, and it's just, you love it, and that's fine. And that's how it should be with luxury, and that's what I love about luxury, is something can just steal your heart, make your heart sing, this is the bag. This is the bag, and I just adore it. I just adore it. Absolutely love it so much. The colour, the sequins. Again, it never comes up on screen. It is, it's like a midnight, I always want to call it midnight swim, which I think is a nail colour that I've had before, because you feel like you just dive into it. It's like that midnight on the ocean, and I don't know, it's just, I don't know what I'm talking about. It is just beautiful. So this is a definite 10 out of 10. So guys, I think I've done very well. I've had one disaster that wasn't really a disaster. I had one bag that didn't work for me, but I sold it and I got my money back, and the new owner absolutely loves it. And so I've made somebody else very happy. So it's not a disaster at all. The others are all winners. They're all winners. So what can I say? I may be doing a little bit better with my intentional shopping. Oh, what's next on the list? That's a whole other video. Wait for that one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.